Welcome, welcome, welcome to the turntable with Ari Styles, D Money, and Shiki on Active FM, where radio has never been better.
Remember, this is the turntable where we keep you learned and get you turned, or get you turned and keep you learned, however way you want to look at it.
And I'm D Money, and we'll be bringing you the facts, playing you the tracks. So today we got another show for you in regards to the labels that we've been discussing. But before we get
Record
into
labels, record labels. Say record labels, because some people are going to think labels over.
it's you're the only person that thinks
Yes.
just labels. Okay, so the record label we're gonna be kicking it off with, Ari, is Ruthless Records. So Ruthless Records is made up of NWA. We've got MC Ren, DJ Yella, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube.
Yeah. Ice Cube said it better where it says, don't confuse NWA with Ruthless, because Ruthless Records was co-founded by Jerry Ella and Eazy. It was supposed to be originally owned by the group, the group of NWA. Mainly the main members would have been for the Ruthless Records was supposed to be Dr. Dre and Eazy.
Well, why he says that is because NWA ended up being an act signed on Ruthless.
Yeah.
And then Ruthless was the label which was funded by Eazy-E. And then he brought in
Jerry Ella.
to come in.
Yeah. And Ruthless Records was founded in 1986, the same year I was born.
So I wouldn't say that if I were you.
It's fine.
You sure it was the year you were born or the year you turned 21?
I'm the Islander.
You are aware that you're still somewhat a rapper, right?
Huh?
You are still aware that you're somewhat
Yeah.
a rapper. You know there's such thing as a rapper age, where rappers use their
yeah.
fake ages.
Yeah.
They don't give their real age because you need to be
I
a
don't
certain
care.
age to break in the industry.
I'm real as is.
You could have just said 1990 or
No.
something.
It's
or
like
No.
soccer age in South Africa.
Exactly the same.
No, I don't care.
You don't
I'm
have
real.
to be telling people that
No,
you are
that's fine. I don't care.
23
I am
in
who
86.
I am who I am.
Alright. You is who
Hate it,
you is.
yeah. Hate it or love it.
The underdogs on top.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's Ruthless Records was founded by Eric Eazy, right, and Jerry Ella.
It wasn't founded by Jerry Ella. He came in.
No,
after
no,
they-
yeah, but this is
They
what
were
I'm saying.
moving.
Yeah. Initially, like I said earlier, initially it was supposed to be Dr. Dre and Eazy, because that's where
Yeah.
it started. Yeah, it's
If-
supposed. So it's,
If you've watched like the movie gives you, obviously it's a movie, so it's
It's
dramatized,
sensationalized,
and
yeah.
it's sensationalized and whatever other words you want to use. But that's basically what it was. Dre was trying to get in the industry. Somehow he was doing what he was doing. What was
but
it?
world class
World-class
wrecking crew.
Cube was with another group.
Lynch
that he
Mob,
was
I think.
doing.
What
No,
was
this
Lynch?
was- this was before
Lynch
Lynch.
Mob.
Before
It was
Lynch.
another group.
Yeah.
So they were all doing this, and then obviously, as we go through the labels, like because last week we started with Def Jam, and then as we go through the weeks, we'll go into more labels. Right? You'll see a prevalent theme that comes across, where a lot of these labels were started with drug money, with
Yeah.
drug dealers using their money to fund the labels and fund
Yeah.
all of that type of thing. So that was the instance with
The Ruthless.
was easy because he had money being a drug dealer and so forth. So Dre and him approached him to say start the label.
Yeah.
And I know that people might look at it as a negative, but you can say there's a positive.
It
that
turned
came
it
out of the
into from a negative turned into a
turned into a
positive.
positive because yes, it was drug dealing money, but then from that you have people that hundreds of people that made money from it, hundreds of people that got employed all from their drug money. So you might look at it as a negative, but it became a positive in the long run. But you'll see that theme as we go along. A lot of the early hip hop labels started that way.
Right. So their first successful single was Eazy-E's Boys in the Hood. Right. Everybody knows it. Right.
That was Ice Cube record.
It was Ice Cube rap. He wrote the lyrics. Was for homeboys only.
Yeah,
A group
HBO.
by HBO by a group by homeboys only, and because what they were speaking, they didn't understand what was happening. What the lyric, they didn't understand the lyrics because they were from New York and yeah. So and that's where Eazy-E started. Because they actually asked. Again, I'm gonna say if you watch, like Shiki said, if you watch the movie, you'll get it.
It was
That
quite a
part, yeah.
successful movie, so I assume a lot of people watched it.
Straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton. And the first album, right, was in NWA's Straight Out of Compton.
Didn't Easy's album come out before Straight Outta
No,
Compton? Or after?
no.
His solo
basically,
album.
yeah, his solo
Or was
album
it
came
Easy
after.
Does It or something?
Yeah,
Easy Does It.
it came after the
After the Straight Outta
after the Straight Outta Compton. Yeah,
That
so
was
his solo debut.
Easy's the
Easy
Easy
Does
Does
It.
It was his solo,
His solo,
album,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So then, basically after that, then they had what is it called? Let me see. It is what records? And then 87. Okay, they that was 87 when they released the
Easy Does It.
not Easy Does It, the Boys in the Wood, right? In 1988, that's when they bring MC Rain. That's when MC Rain comes in, and that's when the group forms. Um, yeah, then the Straight Outta Compton releases. After that, Easy Does It releases. They actually re-release in 1989. They re-released the Straight Outta Compton because remember at that time they weren't mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in '89 when
So it was like done independently.
independently,
And then it gotten signed. And then it was released through the label.
yeah,
So I'm just gonna give you also a story on it. So like back in '89, it was an Australian station called Triple J that was actually playing their music. So this comes to a song, basically the song that we know that they said against the police. If the police. So the song was actually played in Australia, and the impact of the song because of there was of like the
Police brutality and people's hatred for law enforcement. Yeah.
So that song went big in Australia until they actually heard what the lyrics were about,
banned
and
it.
then it became a political issue. So this was where they actually got a the fame or a fan base.
yeah. Then in 1989, they released the DOC's album. No one can do it better, right?
Brilliant album.
right.
The unfortunate thing is, TLC wrote for Easy. He wrote for Dr. Dre most of his career.
Yeah,
He's written for people, but he had obviously had an accident after that album and then couldn't rap anymore.
yeah,
But if you go back and you listen to that album, it was a great album. He was a great lyricist during that time. So it's just unfortunate that
Yeah.
he ended up going through what he went through
Yeah.
and couldn't release any music.
He actually did in 2002, but because of
It
his
sounds different.
it sounds different because between after the accident he couldn't really use his voice and everything. Only I
And
think
he came back.
he
recently,
came back
that's why I
after
put out the
2000.
album,
Yeah. So
And I think there's some documentary that either just came out about him or gonna come out soon.
yeah,
I'm not sure if it's out as yet.
yeah. Then in '89, because remember between 86 and '89, they weren't commercial as yet. When I mean commercial, they weren't on TV as yet. They weren't on.
They were played on like hip hop.
They were played on,
like
yeah.
on hip hop
Yeah.
TV shows and stations.
They were
and things like
touring,
that.
yeah. They were touring. I think in '89,
Who are they
Is-
touring?
not touring.
No, they were touring.
Touring.
Non-Indian people is not gonna get that.
Yeah. They were touring. Yeah. And then Ice Cube leaves, right? In '89, in December 1989 to be specific. Ice Cube leaves. When he leaves the group based on contractual issues, right? Then in I think prior to that also in '89 also I was speaking about they were touring between '87. Remember the album came out in '88. Then all the Straight Outta Compton album the video releases the 18 the Express Yourself. You like it. You like it. Yeah. And then when Ice Cube leaves, he goes on his own venture, right? Also, Ruthless was under Priority Records, right?
Ice Cube signed solo. To
Ice Cube signs solo to Priority. Then there's an album called 100 Miles and Running. They released that. What can I say? Yeah, they released that. That's where it does Ice Cube, but you won't get too into
That's,
it.
yeah, that's a beef situation. Well, if you look at Ruthless impact as a whole and the importance to the game, right? I know you said earlier, Ice Cube said, don't confuse NWA and Ruthless, but you
Yeah.
got to conflate it for the purpose of this, right? NWA comes from them, it started together. It was the same thing up until a certain point.
Yeah.
T spoke about the F the Police record. Like if you look at it prior to them, you had Ice-T doing gangster rap, but they were looked at as like the people that took it bigger and broader and took it further. You had Public Enemy doing like the anti-establishment, political, anti-government type of music, but they also did that with F the Police and things. So the importance and the impact of Ruthless, what they did with NWA and the solo artists on there, it cannot be overlooked, right? They were integral in bringing that to the forefront and making it popular in terms of gangster rap, reality rap, the conscious rap, anti-establishment type of stuff. So that is also important when speaking about Ruthless, about what they brought to the game and the
Yeah.
impact and so forth.
Okay, then Dre leaves, right?
Right.
He leaves to set up Jethro Records, right? Which we will speak about Jethro in further detail. Then because now Dr. Dre leaves, right? Easy E only has now MC Ren. Did you realize that they still stayed and remained with?
Well, during the
Ruthless.
course of the time while Dre was still there, they had signed other acts.
Yeah.
So he didn't just have
He had
DJ
Michelle
and
also.
MC Ren, he had Michelle A, but she also ended up going to death row
Death Row,
also.
yeah.
But while Dre and them was still there, they had brought in other people, so they had other acts on the label.
They
Yeah.
signed Bone Thugs in Harmony.
That's
isn't
after.
it?
That's
After
after. Yeah,
Dre.
so
After
we're
Dre
getting
did.
to the after
while
Dre.
while they probably while Dre was on there, I think they signed Above the Law. Like I think you were speaking about the other week, the G Funk thing.
Yeah.
Where I think you mentioned Warren G or Dr. Dre. That was actually started by a group called Above the Law
Yeah.
and someone else, and Warren G they had created
That was in
sound
90,
together.
1990, yeah.
And then Ruthless actually signed Above the Law. So they had other acts on the
Yeah.
label while Dre was still there. He was working with those guys while they were on the label.
Okay. Do you want me to go through the whole list of artists?
Artists. I was planning on, but you can go ahead
Right.
because but
But yeah,
so
I can.
yeah, you
yeah.
can
Honorable
do that, right?
mentions.
Yeah.
So some of it.
I think we when we did the top 5 groups, then I spoke about and I had NWA as one of my groups. Right? I went into detail about why they're one of the best groups, specifically because of their family tree.
Yeah.
About what's come out from Ruthless, from NWA, and branched out into how it went. So you can go through the list of the artists. That's cool. 'Cause I
yeah.
was planning on doing it, but you can do that.
Yeah. So as you said, during the time, it was Eazy-E, MC Ren. Between MC Ren, he left in 1998. NWA, obviously, 1991. That's when
They broke up.
they broke up. JJ Fed was in 87 also as well. Till 1991 also he left in the same year. DOC and Michelle A, which you said. Fuller Flash Crew, they also in 88. They left in 1990. Cocaine, 1989 to
One of the
1995.
people I was referred to when I said Above the Law and someone else
Yeah.
created a G-Funk.
Yeah.
Cocaine was a part
Yeah.
of that.
Terry B, 89 to 95. Chummy Z, 1990 to 91. Only had 1 year. Above the Law, as you said. They in 1990 they got signed. Left in 1996. Penthouse Players Click in 98 days got signed in 91. Ed Ban 1992. Okay, and there's HWA.
So those were the Ruthless artists.
all Ruthless artists, right? Then we have Blood of Abraham in 93 to 94. Then we had, as you spoke about Bone Thugs. Bone Thugs in Harmony got signed to Ruthless basically in 1993.
An extremely successful
And they-
Ruthless was. I know in the movie they like to portray the image that Ruthless fell off after Dre and Ice Cube left, but they
No.
still had Bone Thugs. And
They-
Bone Thugs was,
yeah,
if you're aware
Bone-
of what Bone Thugs did, they were huge.
yeah. Bone Thugs was when
Yes,
Dre,
man.
yeah, when Dre and when Dre left. And remember that when the Chronic came out, it was 93.
92.
92, yeah, 92. They in 92, 93, there was a concert apparently. It came from Crazy Bone. He on Drink Champs he spoke about it.
Okay.
He says they were there at the concert, and Dre saw them, and Dre said, "Oh, this is you the guys that everybody's going. You're gonna be the next big thing."
And they were.
Yeah.
They dropped 2 albums. with
No,
Ruthless.
until 2005.
Yeah, East 99 was
Five,
the second
yeah.
album and their debut album as
Yeah.
well.
So it's basically 5.
Out of war.
So in 93, we all know what happened to Eazy in 95. He passes away.
He got the
Yeah. Okay, he passes away of HIV and AIDS. So he passes away, and his wife takes control of
That's where it
of the
falls
record
apart,
label,
yeah.
right? And then they still continue with Bone Thugs, and Bone Thugs started. That that's when what you were speaking about the albums. I thought that the albums was basically
Yeah,
mainly
like the song "The Crossroads" was actually
dedicated
dedicated
to
to Eazy-E.
and members and part of the like Crazy Bone. I think it was his cousin or uncle that passed away. It was it really wasn't something that they wrote on. They never write it to get commercial appeal. They wrote it because of what
Yeah,
happened
but
in
it
there.
still did what
Yeah.
it did. Yeah, but like you were saying, after his wife or whatever took over, that's when the collapse and the demise of Ruthless started
Yeah,
happening.
I think she was only she was
So-
at that time she was 25. She was very fairly inexperienced in the industry.
Yeah.
And
So-
then then basically it ended up I think right up until 2010, and that was the fall of.
Well, it
Ruthless.
fell off long before that,
Yeah.
but the label must have existed,
You
and
know, it
someone
existed.
else, probably absorbed
Yeah.
the discography or something
Yeah.
of that sort.
Mm.
But yeah, it fell off long before that. So those were the artists in terms of that were on Ruthless,
Yeah.
right?
No, yeah.
But if you look at what stemmed from and what came from NWA and Ruthless as a whole, is probably the most impactful thing within hip hop. I ran through it, like I said, that episode we did the top 5, but we can just run through
Run through it
quickly,
again.
right?
Run through it again.
So if you look at it, we say NWA, right? With MCRN, DJ Ella, the DOC. The DOC wasn't NWA, but he came from there. What spawns is Ice Cube. Ice Cube gives you West Side Connection, right? Besides the movies and the big three, I'm just talking like music.
Okay,
side, right?
musically, yeah.
Then from Eazy-E, you get obviously everything that happened on Ruthless and then Bone Thugs, like we discussed.
Yeah.
From there, you get Dr. Dre that lives and creates Death Row.
Yeah. And then
On there, you got Snoop, Dog Pound, which is Des and Corrupt 213, which is Warren G and Nate Dogg. Lady of Rage, RBX, Bow Wow, Ray J, DJ Quick is connected to them. They're responsible for a whole lot of producers. Tupac signs to Death Row afterwards, right? Then afterwards, he creates Aftermath, which Ari's gonna get excited. You get Eminem. From
Slim
Eminem,
Shady.
you get D12, Royce the 5'9", Obi Trice, Cassius, 50 Cent and the whole G Unit, The Game, right? They signed The Firm,
Kendrick
Busta
Lamar.
Rhymes, Kendrick Lamar, TDE comes from there, Anderson Paak, Scott Storch, whole lot of production. So that is just the tip of the iceberg of
Yeah.
the impact of what spawned from the family tree. I've just mentioned a few big names there.
Yeah.
From if you go to that episode, just go check it out. I go a little
Yeah.
bit more in depth
Mm.
into how impactful and how big and how their family tree is of the NWA Ruthless thing. Right? That was just a few that
Yeah.
I mentioned, and I
And
had
one-
to throw one
yeah.
or two in there for Ari to get excited.
And one of the last few rappers to be on Ruthless was a guy by the name of Hobson, right? So if you hear Eminem's line in a song called Fall, he says the Hobsons, what's it called?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like I'm talking about now the
The
late
newer
20s,
acts.
the new X, yeah.
And Crooked I was on Death Row as
Yeah.
well. Like I said, I didn't go. I didn't because I went very in depth on that episode. So you guys can just go back and check out the top 5. What is the name of that episode?
Those groups.
I can't remember.
I also
Go
can't.
back
I
and
also
check
can't
it
remember.
out. And you'll see I go
Memories
in
of it
depth
all.
in terms of the NWA Ruthless family.
Okay, if we can't tell you the name, that means you must watch from the first episode.
Yes, go listen to them all. But we go like, it's the best and the biggest family tree in hip hop, more than any other label that you can mention that have spawned that many careers
Mhm.
and that many great careers.
Right.
Okay, so that was Ruthless Records.
Two of Ari's favorites come from there, 50 and Eminem.
50 and
Mhm.
Eminem, yeah. Brilliant.
Okay, so next we're gonna get into a song by Tadashi called Dum Dum.
Not Takashi.
No. I was gonna say that. Please do not mistake Shiki's favorite rapper is the favorite rapper with Tadashi. Shiki's favorite rapper is Takashi
It's
6
not
9.
only my favorite rapper, it's my favorite person.
It's your favorite person.
I like rats.
Yeah. With colorful teeth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ratas.
Okay, so that was Tadashi Dum Dum. So he's our
What is
focus.
the name of the song?
Dum Dum.
Now come on, this is way too coincidental. Right, his name is Tadashi and the song is called Dum Dum.
Yeah. Okay, listen
If
to it
you-
and you'll understand.
Any Takashi song, all has stupid names like that.
Takashi, but it's low.
GG,
No.
BB,
No.
Fifi,
Let me
Wee
no.
Wee,
No. Okay, but now let me clarify.
I'm
and
just
say-
saying it's too
okay,
close.
okay. Let me clarify.
should
it.
change his
There's a
name.
reason why we selected it so for the state for exactly for the statement. No, totally different. If you listen to the Tadashi,
Who came out first?
Huh?
Who came out
Tadashi.
first?
Tadashi.
You should change his name.
Doesn't have to change it.
It's too close, and then you have a song
No.
called Dum Dum. All his
No,
songs is
okay, but
Fifi, Wee
but
Wee.
but listen to listen.
Pee-pee.
Okay, I'm giving you homework for.
Iggy.
I'm giving you homework for today,
Easy
guys.
G.
I'm gonna give homework for.
You
Shiki.
sound like Takashi.
Yeah,
It rhymes.
I'm giving homework to Shiki, right? Next week, he must come back and change his statement when after he does his homework with Tadashi, right?
Okay, listen to me. Like every
I-
teacher
I'm
that I've
telling-
ever
I'm
had in
telling
my
you.
life, they will tell you I've never done my
No,
homework.
you going for this. You're going to have to do homework, and
So
you'll
we're
retract
gonna-
and you'll retract your statement.
Get into a little bit of Tadashi. Government name is Tadashi.
Okay. it's not his
Lavoy
fault.
Anderson, also known as T. Dot. Born in 1977, around the time Ari was born.
No. I gave my age already. I told you what year I was born.
He's
Thank you.
been active since 2004 in the Christian hip hop genre. He signed to Reach Records, which is also part of the 116 crew, 116 clique. We've spoken about that last week.
Extensively.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so him as well, he's been in the rap game for quite a while, since 2004. He's got a few albums. Are you gonna get into that albums?
Get into the albums. Okay, yeah. So his discography goes right in line with
Say it
116.
again, but properly.
Discography, right? Goes like this. It's Kingdom People in 2006, Identity Crisis 2009, Black Light to 2011, Below Paradise 2014, This Time Around, which is the EP, in 2016, and Never Fold 2019.
I don't think you have to
Listen.
highlight the fact that it's an EP. People don't care about EPs, LPs, mixtapes now. It's just
No.
all the same thing.
You know, we have
They've
to
just
clarify,
conflated everything.
but we have to
now.
clarify it anyway.
Alright, did it.
Right. That was Tadashi. Or
That was
Tadashi.
Takashi.
No, that's leave your member alone, right? That's Tadashi.
Your member.
Yeah.
Leave your member alone.
Yeah.
First
Okay,
of all,
member.
we will joke about it, but we will never talk about it in
Yeah,
any show we
yeah.
will ever do, ever.
You cannot put Tadashi in line with Takashi. Different. And do your homework and listen to it, and then you'll
If
you'll
I
know.
remember.
I'll make you remember.
Okay, so while you're trying to remember and forget. Alright, so Time
Drum roll Ari in there.
Kitty.
time to throw this man in. He's smiling from ear
I'm
to
smiling
ear.
from ear to ear because it's this past week
ear hole
in
to-
hip hop history. I ain't going to say that. Oh, remember what he said. I'm just going to ignore him right now because it's my time. Yeah. Anyways, this past week in hip hop history, Clips released their debut album, Lord Willing, August 2002.
For those who don't know, Clubs was a group with Pusha T and Malice, which is now No Malice. I know a lot of people probably know Push because he's been really successful in the past couple of years and he tore Drake alive.
It tore first Lil Wayne and then Drake.
Yeah, but the Lil Wayne stuff wasn't as big as when he Drake left right.
No,
and
I'm
center.
just clarifying it just to make a statement.
So that's the group he comes from. With him and his brother Malice. Malice who became a pastor and is now No Malice.
Okay, then we have the hip hop teacher KRS-One was born in August 20th, 1965.
I think we've spoken about Chris a lot on the show, so you can go back to our past episodes and check it out.
And Ari and Imo have the same birthday.
No, I told you again, guys, I've been born in 86. This is the reason
Not your
why.
rapper age.
It's your
Tell
rapper
us.
age.
That's
tell
not
us
my
the real
rapper age.
That's your rapper.
This is my age, 1986. Not my age. It's my year.
1896.
I'm confused about when he's born.
Then I was born in 1986. Yeah.
You must listen.
So
make,
you're
yourself,
86.
make yourself sound older. You must say 1986.
Okay, in 1986, because I am the Highlander. Anyway, Talib Kweli releases his third studio album, Eardrum, in August 2007. Talib Kweli. Right. Jazza of the Wu-Tang Clan was born in August 22nd, 1966. We spoke about the
Listen, the same episode I was saying
Last
go
week
check
about Master
out
Killer.
about the top 5 groups about the NWA. I speak intensively on Wu-Tang as well, so could definitely go check that out. You dear what I mean, Chaza and Genius.
yeah. Jay Dilla released his third album, The Shining, in August 2006.
Jay Dallas passed away, rest in peace. Because a great producer, especially for Busta Rhymes.
The High and Mighty released their debut album Home Field Advantage, August 1999. The Alcoholics released their debut album 21 and Over in August 1993. Group
You
member.
released the album in 1993?
No, the
You are
Alcoholics.
an alcoholic?
The Alcoholics. Don't.
I thought about you.
No, it's Exhibit in here, the Alcoholics.
Exhibit wasn't the alcoholic.
No, but
he
you
was
know.
an associate of the alcoholics,
is
but he
part.
wasn't part of the alcoholics.
He wasn't a part of the Alcoholics.
Yeah, it's just a close associate with the alcoholics.
Okay, I assumed he was.
Yeah, it's just because he's on all their records. And
Yeah.
things.
Terminator X of Public Enemy was born August 25th, 1966. Ha, now, this is your favorite person, eh?
I see the picture. I don't
Yeah.
know what you're
Right? This is your favorite person,
talking about. One of
right?
them.
She made a
Album
album
with
without
no
no beat.
beats.
Yeah. Lauryn Hill released her debut solo album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, in
That's-
August 1998.
If you release an album like that, that goes, I think, almost double diamond. You're allowed to put out an album with no beats on it.
Great album, great tracks. Lauryn Hill.
Shock G, aka Humpty Hump, was born in August 25th, 1963.
Ari, can you do the Humpty Hump?
No, D, you done it very well the last
Do
time.
the
eh?
Humpty Hump.
D done it the last time very well.
You're doing the Humpty Hump?
You was doing the Humpty Hump. Hey, you
Shock
play
G
this guy.
Digital Underground.
You
where
play
Tupac
this guy.
came
He's acting like
I was in the Humpty Dumpty.
he's acting
from. on the wall.
I said
He
no,
had a grade 4.
but I can't. But nobody could break me, so it's fine.
We couldn't put you back together again. That's why you were shorter. We put you back together smaller.
Oh, I was taller back
Yeah,
then.
before
Okay,
you
yeah.
fell off the wall.
Hey, those guys, they like to attack me because I'm sitting here in the middle. Next time, I'm going to sit there right in. Okay, Big Crit was born August 26, 1986. 1986. The year I was born. Remember
not your
that.
age.
Your rapper is,
86.
Big Crit is from the last like 10, 12 years or so. It's been a top tier lyricist. So definitely go check him out if you're not aware of who he is.
And this week in history, which was 26th August, DJ Khaled released the album, and yes, they have Eminem in there.
That's not gonna become history. It's trash. When,
Yeah,
when is DJ Khaled?
See, it becomes
anything DJ Khaled become like a
hi-
classic.
see, it becomes history because on that song, it's called "Use This Gospel." It was the collab was with Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kanye West, DJ Khaled. But just gonna mention the first two, Dr. Dre and Eminem.
Regardless, it can be put into the history column in 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if the album becomes a classic. No DJ Khaled hit searching album is ever gonna
No,
be a classic.
I just mentioned it because Eminem's in there. That's all.
You
My
find-
favorite DJ Khaled song is the one with Lil Wayne and Fat Joe. I Make It Rain. And the video, DJ Khaled's holding an umbrella for the whole
That's who
video.
we used to be. You can't have a favorite DJ Khaled song because he doesn't have a song.
No, he does.
What?
What does he do on the song? Does he-
Another
He
one.
produces.
He's not pressing no buttons.
Doesn't matter.
He just says we the best.
P Diddy doesn't press any buttons. So
Yeah,
I-
but
I
he
haven't-
creates the melodies and the
No,
sounds in his
doesn't
head
matter.
and he explains it to the producer and they create it. It's a part of
So
production.
what does the
Khaled
did
does
you-
nothing
I'll show
but
you.
eat
Did
and
you go
fake
study?
jump on the internet.
No, okay. Did you actually?
Who
go-
jumped for 10 years and still fat like that?
No,
That's the same way he produces.
He wasn't. Fat Joe, he's part of Fat Joe, so I'm going to keep quiet. I'm going to get a little bit.
He does absolutely nothing.
yeah.
He just screams another one.
Yeah.
And they don't want us
Gillian,
to win. Who's they?
Listen, yeah.
Who's they that they didn't want him to win?
You are they. Okay, anyway, you're going to get a little bit hyped up.
Yeah, you're right.
That was
Them
it.
they- I did not want
That
him.
was it for this part week history. I just wanted to put that part in because I knew I was going to.
Whenever they're speaking about they are talking about me. I did
Yeah.
not want him to win. He puts together.
I just
crap
wanted to light the fire in someone's, you know what. But anyway, just
and
keep quiet.
ruins great records. Like he did the Santana over, the Miss Jackson.
Okay,
over.
yeah, okay, I won't lie. He messed up.
Shiki's
Miss
really
Jackson.
offended. Ari,
I
you
let
should
the
not
fire.
bring up
It's fine.
this DJ Khaled again.
I just had to light the fire. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Gets Jay and Nas on the same track, makes the whole world wait for it, and it's rubbish.
I'll show you what God did. What the
I don't want to listen to the
listen
album.
to the album. You will listen to it as well
If,
coming.
if they take off all his ad libs of another one, God did. This one did. They don't
Yeah.
want us to win.
Major
He
keys, I think.
ruins the song.
Aye, man. Don't have so much.
And he should have been
Don't
in
have
the
so much
videos.
love for the guy. Yes, this guy loves him. He don't have so much love. Anyway, D, as we were saying.
So this was this past week in hip hop history.
Yeah.
So this is the turntable. Every Wednesday, catch us on Active FM. I'm D Money.
And I am Aristas. That is a turntable where we keep you learned and get you turned. And he forgot his phrase. I'm very surprised.
I said it in the beginning.
Anyway,
Where were you?
Hey.
I'm Shiki. This is the turntable on Active FM, where radio has never been better.
That is Shiki's offended voice by DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
I
he's
am
a
too.
bit offended. So okay, we're gonna leave you guys. We're gonna leave you guys in peace.
Okay, so we're going to end it with a verse which comes from Limitations 3, verse 22 to 23. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. And then this is the Turntable Show. We're going to end it off with the last song by Lecrae called Spread the Ops.
Another one, another song.